Hey guys, it's Miss Teresa. I'm going to read you a book today. I'm actually sitting out on my front porch at my house in my porch swing. I love to sit out here in my swing. It's kind of cold outside today. I actually put my coat on. That video I posted for you guys the other day, though, it was a little bit dark, and I thought this might turn out a little bit better because I thought you could probably see me a little bit better since the lighting's hopefully better out here. But this book is called Pete the Cat. Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. So let's see what happens to Pete in this story. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Pop? Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Okay, so if he had 4 to start out with, and 1 rolled away, that leaves 3. 1, 2, 3. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Pop. Oh no, another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? You have 3, and you take 1 away, that leaves 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Pop? Oh no, another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? You have 2, and you take 1 away, that leaves just 1, right? Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just kept on singing his song. My button, my 1 groovy button. My button, my 1 groovy button. Pop? Oh no, the last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? If you have 1 and you take 1 away, there's none left, right? There's 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? So Pete's shirt now has no buttons on it, all right? And so he looks down, and what do you think he saw? His belly button. He kept on singing his song. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. It's all good. Did you like that story? I think that's a cute story. So first he started out with 4 buttons, and then he lost 1 and he had 3. He lost another and he had 2. He lost another. He had 1, and then he lost that button. And he was down to 0 buttons on his shirt, but he looked down, and what did he see? He saw his belly button. So he did still have 1 button left, didn't he? I think that's a cute story. All right, so I talked to you the other day about springtime and how when we're outside, you start to see flowers blooming and the grass starts to grow. And the leaves on the trees start to come back and are green and beautiful. You can see kind of back behind me here, there's actually a dogwood tree that's starting to bloom. That tree is actually in my yard, but it's kind of in between my house and the next house. But it's actually our dogwood tree, but it has white blooms on it. It's kind of pretty. Something else you start to see in the springtime, though, are insects. And so I'm going to read you a little poem, it's actually a little song, I guess, about caterpillars, because you'll start to see caterpillars this time of year. So here's a cute little caterpillar. Hopefully you guys can see this. Maybe I can hold it up a little bit closer. The fuzzy little caterpillar crawled up on a leaf. It spun a little chrysalis. There's a little chrysalis there. And soon it fell asleep. While she was sleeping, she dreamed that she could fly. And later when she woke up, she turned into a pretty butterfly. And so isn't that cool how this little caterpillar here, it curls up on a leaf and forms something called a chrysalis. I'll show it to you again. Right here. That's a chrysalis. It kind of spins a little cocoon around itself and forms a chrysalis. And it stays in that little chrysalis and sleeps for a long time. And then one day, magically, it turns into a butterfly. Isn't that cool? I'm going to teach you one more little song about caterpillars. And you can do this one with me. See if you can put your hand on your other hand. We'll do it together. Fuzzy Wuzzy caterpillar crawls along the ground. He's eating lots of grass and leaves. He soon grows big and round. He builds a house around himself. Now can you tell me why? 'Cause soon he's gonna turn into, what do you think? A pretty butterfly. Here we go. All right, guys, I hope you're having a good day. I love you guys out there. We'll sing our song before I leave you here. Skidamarinky dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. I love you. Skidamarinky dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Skidamarinky dinky dink, skidamarinky doo. I love you and you and you and you and you. And I'm sorry, guys. My daughter is filming right here right now. She's cracking up on the other side of this thing here. So I'm about to bust a gut as I'm trying to do this. But anyway. And there's my husband back there. Stick your head back around, Mike. Come back over here and I'll show you Mike. Okay, come over here. It's kind of hard to do something without laughing when you've got people that are laughing at you as you're trying to do it. So, so this is Mike.
Hi, guys.
This is my husband, yes. And he teaches school also, but he is out of school too right now. So, anyway. But this is Mike, and then my daughter Jenna is filming me. So, Jenna, you want to turn it around towards yourself again so they can see you?
Hello again.
All right, guys. I love you all. Have a good day. See ya.
Bye-bye, guys.